guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building a very small home for the 100 baby challenge. I've kind of been wanting to do this ever since Tiny Living came out, but I hadn't done it yet, so I decided now is the time. There's probably a lot of you guys playing The Sims right now these days, and I could totally imagine some of you guys also playing the 100 baby challenge. So often when I do these kinds of homes, I've done a couple of the houses, but also a couple of apartments for the challenge. I always get comments about how you guys prefer to either play in like smaller houses or one-story houses. So I don't like to build one-story houses. I think they often turn, unless it's like tiny homes, they often turn out to look kind of boring in my mind. Like I don't like them. This is why I don't build a lot of mid-century modern houses, normal sized houses, not tiny houses, because I definitely build a lot of those. But normal sized mid-century modern houses, this is why I don't really build them, because I feel like one-story houses are just not as exciting as two-story houses, you know? But I decided that for those of you who do like to play 100 baby challenge in smaller houses, this is for you. This is built for you. So there's room for a total of, I think, 9 Sims actually. So there's a double bed, there are 2 beds for toddlers, and there are 4 beds on the second floor as well. I think 3 bedrooms. Some of the children in this house, not gonna lie, they kind of sleep in broom closets, but it's also a very small home. I was trying to stick to the tile maximum, the tile limit according to Tiny Living, so that you could still get some benefits from being in this house or from playing in this house. This is also why it's not on a platform, because otherwise the terrace would have counted as extra tiles, and I feel like that's just a waste of tiles. So I kind of just kept it on, like, there's no foundation underneath the house, let's just put it like that. But yeah, some of the children on the second floor definitely kind of sleep in broom closets. Sorry about that, but we're in limited space, and they also don't have a proper living room. If I had to make this for, I want to say like 5 Sims, I could have fit in a living room, but because it's for 8, technically 9, because there's also a bassinet, so you have room for a baby too. It was a little bit, or technically you could have, how many beds does it say? Yeah, 9 Sims. Okay. I thought I miscounted for a second. It's fine. But yeah, technically if this house was supposed to be for 5 Sims, if I only had to fit in 5 Sims into this house, I could have fit in a living room, a proper living room, but it's just not possible. It wasn't possible for me, because I also like to make sure that the children have toys and the toddlers have entertainment, and that just means that the adult doesn't. So it is what it is. They have plenty of stuff to do in the backyard though. I did make sure to include as many activities as I could, so there is at least ones that are, you know, relevant to this challenge. Let's just put it like that. So there is a monkey bar, a jungle bar, I forgot what it's called, but one of those things for the children. There's a toy box as well, some other toys. There's also a grill area, and although there's only room for 4 Sims total around the dining table, there is one in the backyard as well, so they can sit outside and eat together if they want to, at least half of the family. But there's also room for another 4 Sims inside, so I suppose you could like split up the family, have 4 of them sit outside in the rain, and the 4 lucky Sims get to sit inside and eat instead. Or you could take out the high chairs and you could possibly have 5-6 Sims eating at the same time. I don't really know. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. It's surprising like how much space 8 Sims take up, how much space you actually need to make a proper, like, because we're building with the limit, so there's the limit of max 100 tiles, and if I had just an extra 25, I could have fit in a proper sized dining table, a proper living room, but because we have this limit, and I also have a need to make sure that the rooms are not just a bed and a bedside table, but there's some kind of decor in there, or a bookcase, or something else, something that just gives the room a little bit more personality. I just feel like it's really difficult to fit in more than 8 Sims into this, or you know what I mean. I just feel like it's difficult to fit in everything into 100 tiles. So I did my best though, and the house is fully functional. I did play test it. I was play testing as I was building, especially the kitchen because I kind of put half of it underneath the staircase. And also everything is kind of cramped together, so it's very crowded here in the dining room or the kitchen dining room. The only common room in the whole house. It's very cramped together. All the furniture is very cramped together, but because of that, I just wanted to make sure that it was still working, and it does. The kitchen is fully functional. I made like 3 different dishes, or I had Faye make dishes, food, whatever, and yeah. They have everything they should need, hopefully. I also put a TV there because I know that that is an easy way to get your fun up in the game. So they do have a TV. They do have to sit at the dining table to watch the TV, or they can stand up, but it does work. It is there, so that's at least one thing that'll help you a little bit with this challenge, because it is important that the mom doesn't... Like, the mom needs to be taken care of, because she's going through a lot of stress throughout the challenge, so, or at least, I should say the moms, because it's not just one mom. I'd be very impressed if you managed to get through the entire 100 baby challenge with just one mom. Like, that is well done, props to you, but I could never. I also would feel really, really bad for this, I'm not gonna lie. We're also not going for any specific color scheme throughout this house, actually. I just kind of wanted everything to be colorful but not coordinated in any way. But I think there's a lot of yellow throughout the house, but it's not because I've been like, okay, let's make this house yellow and blue or yellow and green or whatever. I just went for certain colors. I feel like yellow is a color that is easy to use in interior, just like blue is as well, whereas red gets a little bit overempowering and green can be a little bit too harsh on the eyes. Yellow and blue are just good. I've been talking about yellow and blue together so many times throughout, like, in a lot of videos on my channel. I just can't help it. I love those 2 colors together. I also like them apart, like just yellow on its own and blue on its own. Speaking of yellow and blue, this is the mom's bedroom, so her bedroom did turn out to be a little bit yellow and blue, and also white, actually. I feel like this is a decent sized bedroom for the heir or the founder in the 100 baby challenge. I feel like often when I've done these, except from an apartment I did, because I had a lot of space in that apartment, except from that one apartment, when I've built something for the 100 baby challenge, the mom's room always turns out to be 4 tiles total. So everything is so close together, it's placed so closely together. But this room has room for, or this bedroom has room for both the bassinet. She has a dresser that is actually one of the bigger dressers in the game. It's also base game. It's not really nothing exciting, but this is the IKEA dresser, basically. But she also has a mirror where she can better her charisma skills and stuff, I suppose. You know, make herself feel a little bit better. What is it? She can give herself a pep talk or something. I don't really remember what the exact interactions with the mirror are, but there's some different things you can do there. So she definitely has a few different things to better her skills and to make her feel a little bit better, which she deserves because she is a 100 baby mom, and that must be very, very stressful. So anyways, this is the toddler's bedroom, or the tiny human's bedroom, as I like to call it, or like to call them. Every time I say that, someone is always like, why do you call them tiny humans? It's because they're humans, but they're tiny, so they're tiny humans. I thought that was pretty obvious, but I always get questions about it. So if you're wondering why that term, it's not because of Grey's Anatomy, even though I've watched that at least twice, possibly 3 times, possibly 4. I lost count, it's fine. It's not because of Arizona, but I like True Blood. I've watched True Blood more times than I've watched Grey's Anatomy, and I think I've also explained this on the channel before. But at some point during True Blood, I think season 1 or 2, is it season 2? Possibly season 2, yeah. Pam and Eric call a couple of kids teacup humans. And I don't know, from that I gathered, oh, they're tiny humans, even though they're kids as well. So toddlers now are tiny humans. I don't know how it makes sense, it just does in my head, it's fine. So that's why I call them that. I think it's kind of cute. And they're tiny humans, so. Speaking of tiny humans, my dad, who is definitely not a tiny human, he's both a Dane, so he's quite tall, and he's my dad, so I'm tall, so he's obviously also quite tall. But he turns 67 today, so definitely not a tiny human. But I called him earlier today just to say congratulations, because obviously we're not doing a birthday party or anything like that. They're not inviting guests over because we're in self-isolation, social distancing, and all that stuff. So I called him to say congratulations, and he told me about what he's going to do today. And he's spending his 67th birthday watching Toy Story. That's my dad. And then he also recommended that I should watch some Japanese animation movies. I don't know how to say that. Animation movies on Netflix. I'm like, this is my dad. He's recommending Japanese animated movies to me on Netflix. What's going on? I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. He didn't really remember the creator's name. So if you guys know, like, a very, very famous or a very, very popular animator, I suppose you call it, from Japan. Japan, that was a weird way to pronounce Japan. From Japan, please let me know, because I would love to figure out who this is so I can actually watch them, because yes, thank you. So yeah, but congratulations to Aveline. Congratulations on his 67th birthday. I hope he'll enjoy his Toy Story movies. So also, I'm not dissing my dad or Toy Story in any way. I love Toy Story, so I just think it's funny. I was like talking to him about what he's gonna do today and stuff, how he's gonna celebrate, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna watch 4 Toy Story movies. So I'd actually love to see the 4th one, because I haven't watched it. I think it came out last year or something. Was 2019 last year? I'm not really sure anymore, to be honest. I feel like every day is just kind of blending together. I am so bored, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really leave her apartment. I don't live in a house. Who doesn't really leave her apartment normally. I actually went outside yesterday. It's so empty. There are no people outside. I just miss seeing faces. So I went to a sandwich bar to get a sandwich. You can still go to certain stores. There are still certain stores that are open. They just have a limit on how many people can be in the store at the same time. So in the sandwich bar, you were allowed 2 people in at a time. And it's probably the first interaction I've had with someone, not my mom, my dad, or my brother, for the past 3.5 weeks, something like that. So that was nice, and it was a good sandwich too. But yeah, I just kind of miss hanging out with friends and stuff. Like, I feel like it's kind of getting to me a little bit by now. I just want to go outside and just see my friends and just have fun in the sun, even though it's not really sunny today. It's very windy right now, but it's gonna be sunny in like a couple of days or something. So yeah, I am bored, basically is my point. I just want to see people's faces, that's all. Even though I know that sounds kind of creepy, so just don't misunderstand it. I'm just bored of seeing the same faces over and over and over. Don't tell my mom, though. You get what I mean, right? So also, just because I feel like that does not mean that I'm actually going to, because no, you shouldn't go outside these days. You should just stay at home, and unless you're going for a walk, depending on the laws in your country, of course, because they're different from country to country, but here we can still go for a walk once a day, so that is what we did yesterday. But anyways, enough talk about that. It's all that's going on right now. There's literally nothing else going on. So we have moved on to the exterior now. I didn't really do a lot of the front yard before I moved on to the interior, so actually I don't think there was a lot going on in the front yard. I kept it quite minimal, I want to say, compared to some stuff that I usually do, but it's also because it's built on a 30 by 20, but the house is really small. However, I didn't want it to be on a 20 by 15 because I felt like that lot would be a little bit too small and I wouldn't have a lot of space to play around with in the backyard, basically. So we are on a 30 by 20. Did I say that at the start of the video? I probably didn't. I just said how many can fit into this house, right? Sorry about that, but we're building on a 30 by 20 lot in Newcrest. Also, the screenshots at the end of the video are taken on a 40 by 30, so that's why it looks a little bit bigger, but it's just there was a tree in the way and it was frustrating, so I moved the house to another lot just to take the screenshots. Some of you will understand, it's fine. It's just the tree was in the way and it was super frustrating. Also, I had no idea what to do with the backyard before I started. I just literally just decided, okay, they should have a pool. And then I didn't really think about where should I put the pool. I just placed it down. So you'll see me kind of moving the pool back and forth a little bit. Sorry about that, but I could not make up my mind. But basically, they end up having a pool over in one of the corners. I did shape the fencing a little bit because I don't know, I felt like I just needed to add some shape to the outline of the backyard, basically. I don't know, it just makes it a little bit easier to sort of plan the backyard, to landscape the backyard. So I just shaped it a little bit and then I added a pool over to one of the corners. I also gave them a gardening area because I figured for the 100 baby challenge it would be nice to have a gardening area so you could earn a little bit of money off that. They also have 2 easels in the backyard and, like I said earlier in the video, a grill area and also a play area for the kids. The pool was mainly because I don't usually put pools in 100 baby challenge homes, I don't think. They often end up taking up way too much space, but I had a lot of space to play around with in this backyard. And I also remembered that swimming in pools gives you fun, right? It betters your, or it increases your Sims fun, right? I'm not misremembering that, am I? I hope not. But that's why I placed the pool there. That's why I gave them the pool, so they could just take a quick swim and get their fun up a little bit, considering they don't really have a lot of, other than toys, the teens, for example, don't have a lot of different activities to get their fun up. So they have the pool they can swim around in. As long as it's not winter or super cold outside, they can do that. And yeah, other than that, it's a pretty basic backyard, I want to say. I do like how it turned out, though. I like the layout of it. And I might have overused these rocks a little bit, the rock path. I don't know. I use those in every single build these days, but they're just so pretty. They're not super textured. The texture is definitely a little bit pixelated when you size them up, but I just like that they have a motif on them. Or not a motif, but they have a pattern on them and some kind of, like, they look a little bit more realistic. So I've been using them quite a lot. If you look at the build from the top, so for example, at the very end of the video with the floor plan picture, it does look a little bit crazy because there's a lot of them, but I just like how they look when you're just down at Sims height. Let's just put it like that. So they look great anyways. So I think that is actually about it. I actually also placed a lounge area on the back porch and a chess table on the front porch. I just forgot to furnish the front porch at the start of the build, I suppose. So I decided to place a chess table there just to give them the opportunity to level up or increase their logic skill. English is going so well for me today, I don't know what's going on, but it's fine anyways. But other than that, that is about it for today. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. Do let me know what you want to see here on the channel in the near future. I'm planning on doing a build for tomorrow for a family, so it's a family home, surprise. But I don't really want to give it away, but we'll see if I manage to do it in time. I've been playing quite a lot of Animal Crossing lately. Also, by the way, if you want to add me on Animal Crossing, I'll try to remember to leave my Switch user number, whatever that's called, in a pinned comment at the top of the comment section. So you can add me there and we can trade stuff and yeah, just have fun on Animal Crossing. But yeah, we'll see if I manage to get it done for tomorrow. Otherwise, blame Animal Crossing. Also, remember to stay safe, stay at home, wash your hands a lot, and just please stay safe. And yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
You did your best and I ignored the warnings. Fair enough, I guess I didn't wanna see. I wanted an adventure, I wanted something new. I gave you half my heart and figured there is just no trust in you. Fool you, I will fool you, I will fool you, 'cause you're never gonna use you, I will use you until I am strong enough, until I can break these cuffs. You and I, we tried so hard to make it. You promised me that you would never leave. But time and time again I knew you'd break it. You said, honey, it's just the nature of my being. I wanted an adventure, I wanted something new. I gave you half my heart and figured there is just no trust in you. Fool you, I will fool you, I will fool you, 'cause you're never gonna get the best of me. Use you, I will use you, I will use you until I am strong enough, until I can break these cuffs. You